Have you ever wondered how master manipulators get people to do things they wouldn't normally do? Welcome to the intricate web of manipulation, a fascinating yet unnerving world where psychological tactics are employed to control and influence others. Manipulation, in its simplest form, is the act of skillfully handling, controlling, or using something or someone to one's advantage. Delving deeper, we enter the realm of psychological manipulation, where individuals exploit others through deceptive and abusive tactics. This is a world where human vulnerabilities are exploited, where trust is twisted, and where the manipulator's personal needs or desires drive actions. The psychological basis of manipulation is grounded in understanding human behavior and emotions. It's a game of chess, where the manipulator is always thinking several steps ahead, predicting reactions, and subtly influencing decisions. Manipulators have a knack for identifying a person's weaknesses and insecurities. They then use this knowledge as a weapon, using it to twist perceptions, foster doubt, and ultimately achieve what they want. It's a dance of power and control, where the manipulator leads and the manipulated follows, often without realizing they are part of this intricate dance. But manipulation isn't just about control, it's also about deception. Master manipulators are experts in creating illusions, spinning tales that seem so believable that the manipulated person is drawn into their web, caught in the threads of deceit and half-truths. However, it's vital to recognize that manipulation, while fascinating, raises significant ethical concerns. It's a psychological strategy that treads a fine line between persuasion and deception, between influence and exploitation. As we delve deeper into this topic, we ought to remember the importance of empathy, respect, and genuine human connection, elements that manipulation often lacks. So as we navigate through this intricate web, let's remember that understanding manipulation isn't about learning how to manipulate others. Instead, it's about recognizing these tactics, understanding the psychological basis behind them, and ultimately, protecting ourselves and others from falling prey. Manipulation is a complex psychological strategy, often driven by the manipulator's personal needs or desires. One of the most notorious manipulators in history is Charles Manson, whose manipulation tactics led to the infamous Manson family murders. Charles Manson, an infamous figure of the late 60s, masterminded a series of crimes that shocked the world. But how did a man with no extraordinary abilities manage to control a group of people to such an extent that they willingly committed atrocious acts on his command? Manson employed a number of manipulation techniques to ensure the obedience of his followers, a group known as the Manson family. He skillfully used fear-based control, creating a doomsday narrative of an upcoming apocalyptic race war, which he called Helter Skelter. This fear of an impending disaster made his followers cling to him for protection and guidance, making them susceptible to his commands. He also used a psychological tactic known as gaslighting, a form of psychological abuse where the victim is made to question their own reality. Manson manipulated his followers into believing they were chosen ones, destined to survive the apocalypse and create a new world order. This warped perception of reality made his followers feel special, further solidifying their loyalty to him. Manson's charisma and ability to understand and exploit the vulnerabilities of his followers played a significant role in his manipulation. He targeted individuals who were lost, confused, or seeking a sense of belonging, offering them a family and a purpose. This psychological manipulation, combined with drug use, created a potent mix that led to the tragic events that followed. Manson's story serves as a stark reminder of the power of manipulation. It shows how a charismatic individual can exploit psychological tactics to control and lead others down a destructive path. His ability to manipulate was not born out of supernatural powers, but rather a deep understanding of human psychology and a willingness to exploit it for personal gain. Manson's manipulative tactics show the horrifying extent to which manipulation can influence people's actions. On a different spectrum, Elizabeth Holmes, the former CEO of Theranos, used manipulation to build a billion-dollar empire on false promises. Holmes was a prodigy who dropped out of Stanford to start her company Theranos. She promised a revolutionary technology that could run a plethora of tests from a single drop of blood. Holmes compared it to the invention of the internet or the telephone, and her charisma and vision convinced many to invest in her idea. Charm is a potent tool in the manipulator's arsenal, and Holmes wielded it effectively. She was able to attract high-profile investors, including former secretaries of state and business tycoons. Holmes had a compelling narrative. a young woman in the male-dominated tech industry poised to revolutionize healthcare. This narrative, combined with her charm, created a potent cocktail that lured investors into her web. Holmes also employed grandiose delusions, another psychological manipulation tactic. She promised her technology would save lives, change the world, and make healthcare accessible to all. These lofty promises were appealing, but they were just that, promises. The technology didn't work as Holmes claimed, yet she continued to assert its efficacy, even in the face of mounting evidence to the contrary. Additionally, Holmes created a culture of secrecy and fear within Theranos. Employees were discouraged from questioning the technology or its efficacy. Those who dared to challenge were often met with legal threats or were dismissed. This manipulation tactic, known as gaslighting, is designed to make individuals doubt their own perceptions and judgments. In the end, the illusion Holmes created crumbled. The technology was exposed as a fraud, and Holmes was charged with multiple counts of fraud. Yet, her case serves as a stark reminder of the power of manipulation. Holmes's case demonstrates how manipulation can deceive even the most skeptical minds in the business world. It's a cautionary tale of how charm, grandiose delusions, and gaslighting can be used to build an empire based on nothing more than false promises. So, how can you protect yourself from falling prey to manipulative tactics? This is a question that's probably swirling in your mind right now. Well, the answer lies in awareness and assertion. Firstly, recognize the common signs of manipulation. These can be as subtle as a person constantly shifting blame onto others, or as blatant as someone using guilt or fear to control you. They might also exploit your insecurities, or use your empathy and kindness against you. These are red flags, and it's essential to identify them. Secondly, maintain self-awareness. Know your values, your strengths, and your weaknesses. Understanding who you are and what you stand for can act as a robust shield against manipulation. This self-awareness can help you discern when someone is trying to change your beliefs or behaviors in a way that isn't congruent with your true self. Next, let's talk about setting boundaries. This is crucial in any relationship, whether it's personal or professional. Clear boundaries indicate what you will and won't tolerate. If someone constantly pushes or ignores these boundaries, it's a significant sign of manipulation. Don't be afraid to reinforce these boundaries and stand your ground. Another tip is to trust your gut instincts. If something feels off, it probably is. Your intuition is a powerful tool, and listening to it can often save you from harmful situations. Remember, manipulators are skilled in the art of deception. They may seem charming and trustworthy at first, but over time their true colors will start to show. Stay vigilant and don't let your guard down. Lastly, educate yourself. Knowledge truly is power. The more you understand about manipulation and its tactics, the better equipped you'll be to resist it. There are plenty of resources available, from books to online articles, that can provide valuable insights into this complex subject. Recognizing manipulation is the first step to safeguarding yourself from its harmful effects. So, stay aware, stay assertive, and most importantly, stay true to yourself. In this complex world of psychological warfare, understanding manipulation is crucial. This statement, though stark, encapsulates the essence of our exploration of manipulation techniques and their underlying psychology. We embarked on this journey by defining manipulation, and we identified it as a social influence that aims to change the behavior or perception of others through deceptive, abusive, or underhanded tactics. It's a practice that is as old as human interaction itself, and it has been used to control, deceive, and exploit individuals or groups. Our exploration took us through the unsettling case studies of Charles Manson and Elizabeth Holmes. Manson, a cult leader who used manipulation to control his followers, leading them to commit heinous crimes. Holmes, the former CEO of Theranos, used manipulation to deceive investors, patients, and even her own employees. These cases serve as stark reminders of the destructive potential of manipulation when wielded by those with ill intent. In our quest for understanding, we also learned how to recognize manipulation. We discussed the importance of being wary of red flags, such as excessive flattery, guilt-tripping, playing the victim, and gaslighting. Recognizing these tactics is the first step in resisting manipulation. However, it's crucial to remember that not all manipulation is malicious. Some individuals may resort to manipulation out of fear, insecurity, or desperation. This doesn't excuse their actions, but it adds a layer of complexity to the issue. It underlines the importance of empathy and understanding in our interactions with others. We also touched upon the ethical concerns surrounding manipulation. While it can be used for positive change like in marketing or therapy, it becomes a problem when it infringes upon an individual's autonomy or causes harm. In conclusion, manipulation is a complex and multifaceted phenomenon. It's a tool that can be used for good or ill, depending on the intentions of the user. By being aware of manipulation techniques in psychology, you equip yourself with the knowledge to navigate the intricate web of human interactions.